Welcome to the channel. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Join me in today's video where I'll be doing a double unboxing of these two watches. I have one a WatchDives and another a San Martin, but it's a WatchDives collaboration. Both watches are from the WatchDives store. One has been sent to me for free and one I paid for. Now I really want to know what WatchDives and San Martin, what that collaboration is all about. Does it give us any difference? Or do they do only certain kind of watches? Because I know San Martin don't sell the collaboration pieces, so I don't really know what that kind of collaboration there is. What is it about, or is it just like a business venture? But anyway, we're going to open these two watches, give you guys an overview of the specifications, materials, etc. Just a very brief look at both watches before I go back, test them out and come back with full reviews. So here we are, both watches have been unwrapped. So the first one to the left, this is the San Martin. This is the SN0113W version 2. Now you guys will have to help me out. Please let me know what the difference is between the version 1 and the version 2, because I've never seen the version 1 from San Martin. Now this particular one, I went with a white dial with the orange seconds hand, but on camera you can see there's a bit of a silver hue to it. You also have a white with a blue seconds hand and blue accents around that chapter ring or the minute track on the dial. You also have a full blue with a lighter blue seconds hand, and you also get a green version. Now this piece on WatchDives website is about £189 for us here in the UK. Of course there's customs tax to pay for that once you use their website. And in terms of specifications, it's what you usually expect, right? So this has a stainless steel case, it has a slightly domed sapphire crystal with AR coating. It's automatic, as you can see. You do have a screw down crown and screw down case back, but you only have 100 meters. That's, I think, more so to do with the watch they are homaging, which is like a sporty watch. So they want to keep the WR low, but they could have given us full 200 meters because I don't think there's anything different between this and the 200 meter versions that they do. But it is powered by the Seiko NH35. Also have the addition of an on-the-fly adjustable clasp. So there's a lot of kit gone into this watch. Spec wise, it's there. Dimensionally, it is at a really good sweet spot. 38 millimeters on the case diameter, 12 millimeters thick, and a 45 millimeter lug to lug, backed up by those female end links, which are 20 millimeters wide. Now the taper does go down to 16 millimeters at the clasp, and as I said, it is the on-the-fly adjustable clasp. Let's take the last sticker off. And to be honest, these clasps are quite bulky, so they're great on dive watches, but instantly you can see how slim those links are on that bracelet. But then you do have, because it is on the fly, you've got rather thick clasp. Now with a sports watch, maybe it's not needed, maybe we don't need all this techie stuff, but they have given it to us. I'm sure everyone will be very happy with this. Yeah, I mean, it's homaging an Aquaterra. You've got those distinct twisted lugs over there with the brushing on the inside, and San Martin is going to have great finishing, and this looks no different. Sharpness, I don't feel any sharpness. They have started to kind of work on that, but yeah, very interesting dial. You got some really nice kind of etchings in there, very crisp, of course, being San Martin. You got some really lovely micro detailing that you can already see on those hour markers, and of course the logo, and everything looks okay. Yeah, 38 millimeters is a great size for like a daily wear, especially a sports watch. An interesting polished bezel. So we're gonna put this away. Obviously don't want to give too much away, and not that I know too much at this point in time anyway. So I'll take it back, give it a once over, and then report back with a full review. But as I said at the start of the video, let me know in the comment section if you guys know something I don't. Is there a particular difference with WatchDives collaborating with San Martin pieces, or are they just the same? Okay, so next up we have a WatchDives. Yeah, we can tell it's very similar to a Veya style watch. Of course, you've got some features here, what you find on Omegas because of those twisted lugs. But it's a very interesting design, very old school, classical. This is called the Sharkmaster 300, model number WD1967. Now they've got some very interesting, I wouldn't say colorways, but dial options, should we say. They do have a colorway. I think it came out just after this. It's a sort of a gradiented blue. I'll put it up on screen for you guys now. Features a sapphire bezel, looks quite good, and also features a no date complication. But this black one does come in a few different dial setups. So first one being is what you can see here. Now pay attention to this dial. It's full black, and you've got a date complication at 3. They also offer one exactly like this with a date complication at 6. Don't ask me why. I would stick to the one at 6, and I opted for the date window at 6, but they insisted I take the one with the date window at 3. Possibly because they're not selling, or they're not selling as well, because if you offer both options, 9 out of 10 times people go for the date window at 6 because it's just much better symmetry, and it's what I prefer as well. Now they also do a black dial version called a big triangle, which is no date, but it's a bit more vintage. You've got a very big triangle at the top of the clock. On this one you have a baton. You've also got some nice scripted text, and then you also have a black no date version. So a few different dial setups there. I mean, to me, all these options do add to the confusion, and only one other real colorway. Before the price, let me give you a rundown of the specifications. As you can see, stainless steel case and bracelet. You also got this really high dome top hat style sapphire crystal, which does really suit the aesthetic of the watch. Really adds to those vintage vibes. Then you've also got a loomed ceramic bezel insert with a 120 click unidirectional bezel. Let's give that a little listen. Very harsh, or people would say very tactile. I mean, it is precise. It's not wobbly. It's not a bad bezel at all. But you know, with these, they just sound like pepper grinders. I'm assuming maybe a few rotations in, it will start to smoothen up. Because my personal preference on bezels is a much sort of a flowy, smoother, glidey bezel. But yeah, this reminds me of the same bezels that you see on Zelos watches, which is no doubt a bad thing. It's just a preference thing. Now, on top of that, you've also got 300 meters of water resistance, screw down case back, screw down crown. Let's put that back in. And the movement running this watch is, again, the trusty Seiko NH35. The only issue is the no date versions also have the Seiko NH35, and that is a massive no-no. The whole point of no date is let's take it out the movement completely if it is possible in that particular movement. And with the NH35, we know they have NH38 options, and the price, there is no price difference at all. You can pick up both movements yourself on AliExpress for the same price. Now, as well as that, WatchDives with this model also give you an on-the-fly adjustable clasp. But this on-the-fly adjustable clasp is a bit different. It seems to be a lot slimmer. If we take a look at the one from the San Martin one, well, just a bit slimmer. It's definitely not as bulky, but it doesn't have the same mechanism. It's got the slightly older mechanism that we're more familiar with possibly. So you've got this little latch here, or little tab which you push up, and the back end of the bracelet slides out. So really good specifications, and what blows my mind here is the price. Now this on their website is currently on 15% off, which means the price is $169, which for us in the UK is around £135. You get on the fly adjustable bracelet with screw-in links, female end links, as I ran through all the specifications. So that is very impressive from WatchDives. Dimensions wise, it's a 38mm case, goes up to 39mm at the bezel, 14mm thick, which is slightly thick, but you know, you've got that high top sapphire crystal there. 45mm on the lug to lug with a female end link, and again 20mm at the female end links, and then you've also got your taper down to 16mm, and then that small slimmer clasp. So a lot of spec on offer here. Both watches are similarly sized, but you've got a huge difference in the actual style of the watch. You've got a field / sporty watch to my left from SM with the similar dimensions, and you've got a full-on dive watch to my right with, again, very similar dimensions, but both are specced out. I'm going to check these both out and come back to you guys with a full review. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.